are watching the video.
You're live.
Oh, thank you.
All right, lads, welcome to 1878 Casuals. It's ACJ Fish again. Doing another video with here Willie. He's the owner of O'Brien's, who's letting us watch the matches at his beautiful pub. We're in Santa Monica, off of Wilshire. What do you think of the match, Willie?
A lot of positives, I think, to take away from this game. In the 3 matches coming up to this, we had, was it 2 victories and 1 loss to Spurs. I thought we played like crap in all of this. I don't think any of us were impressed by Mason Mount coming in. So we're kind of looking for how we're going to be better than this year, than last year. In this match, I thought Anthony had a fantastic game. I thought he played really well. I thought Rashford was great. When Hoyland came in, he looked, I thought, fantastic. Held up a ball 3 times, almost scored a goal, and he looks like a real centre forward. As soon as he came into the game, Rashford had more space, Anthony had more space, obviously Garnacho had that goal.
Right.
I mean, I thought Garnacho could have held himself back a yard or 2. He had plenty of room in that to beat the last man. So in that sense, he could have held them back a little bit, and that would have been a completely different game if he had given that.
And it was funny during the match. Like I love Tony Marshall, but I just don't think he's the United striker that we wanted him to be, because he was only successful in doing anything when he was on the left and Rashford was in the middle. And
Yeah.
Rashford's not a true striker, which is fine. He's a left winger who cuts in and strikes, which he did in the first half, and he got a goal, which it was an amazing goal and it was brilliant. It's just I don't think Martial has a place on this squad anymore with being the full-time striker. And Holland, immediately when he came on, was asking for the ball, wanted the ball into him, the target man, and was turning people and was fighting people with his arms, with his strength. Like, he wanted that ball, and that's what we want at United, a player who wants to play and is willing to give his heart out no matter how much he plays, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's 50 minutes, whether it's the whole match, whether it's 90 minutes. You want a guy that's going to fight, and that's who Holland and Amrabat are going to be coming in. And I like Casemiro. I just think he's getting a little old now. A lot can change in the season, and he's really aged the last 3 matches. He did great today with the balls and the defense.
He gave away a couple of passes too.
Right, and he's great. I think he'll be better off the bench. Once Amrabat comes in, he'll be great for that last 20 minutes, which is good, because for the 20-minute spurt, he'll act like he was in the whole game, and he can just go into the match. I
play. Yeah, I don't think we gave up today. I think we just got tired.
Yes.
Casemiro was tired. Bruno was limping. Martinez obviously had to go off.
Right.
And we, at this point now, we're looking at about probably 7 to 9 injuries for the guys who started, the 2 guys that went off the field.
Yeah.
Which, we have Johnny Evans in there. Johnny Evans wouldn't
Living the dream.
Is this 2013 or what?
One thing I have to pick apart, how do you still like Anthony Martial?
Harry Maguire.
We have had so many piss poor performances from Martial up to this point. He looks like he's not trying. At one point in the game, a ball came towards him. He fell forward, trying to get a foul. I mean, he was so weak. He looked slow out there again. I saw some old footage on social media during the week that was showing old Martial. Martial was like Rashford. He was the fastest guy on the field. He had the most energy, and now he just looks like a tired old player that doesn't want to play. But honestly, as you said, if Arenberg comes in, that will provide a little bit more strength and more energy in the midfield. And coming into this, I was like, God, Hoyland better be good. Arenberg better be good, because Mason Mount does not look good, and he was the one that's supposed to bring us the biggest improvement this year.
Right.
And if he doesn't bring us this big improvement, then how are we going to challenge for the league?
Right.
But today, for me, I'm happier coming out of that loss than I was coming out of the last 2 victories that we had in the first 3 games.
Right. Good notes. Good point. It's like Martial. He's we either got to sell him or got to change his attitude, because he's one of those players where he gets down on himself and he never smiles, and I understand that because he wants to do well. I just don't think he's that United Ten Hag while I still like him, I just don't think he's that style of player that Ten Hag wants. So eventually we're gonna have to sell him, but I don't know what team is gonna
Haven't
want
we
to buy
been
him.
trying to sell him for the last 2
Yeah,
years?
and nobody really wants him. So it's like we gotta put all our effort into him, and he just doesn't seem like he retains the coaching that he gets from Ten Hag and his team.
I mean, I think
and it's just something needs to change, and I think Holland is that change because he wants to do well. He's fighting for every ball. In the first 20 minutes that he was in the match, it felt like he was actually a player that wants to be there, wants to fight for the Reds, wants to fight for the badge, and he showed it. He was holding off players.
And as
he
well
was
as that, every
fouling,
time he got the ball, 2 players went towards him. Whereas before with Martial, just 1 player was handling these. So we get a guy in here that draws 2 players. That's going to leave Rashford and Anthony with plenty of room.
And that trickery with Rashford in the 70th minute where he went around the defender and
cut the ball in.
cut the ball into Holland and he got a foot on it, but it was just stopped by the defender. That's what we need.
We are
every
going to
match.
see a ton more of those
If
kind
that
of
happens
plays, yeah.
every match, we're going to get goals and we're going to be top 4 in no time. And it's there. We just need to practice a little more with each other because that was his first match with us, and it looked already brilliant play.
And honestly, I cannot wait until we have everybody back.
Right.
We get Varane back, we get Shaw back. We're still, I think I'm a huge fan of Shaw, you know that. I think when we get Shaw back, we'll also, Dalot gave away the ball a couple of times today. Shaw is also a very good outlet the bar, and he creates a lot of chances going forward. So we're really missing him. We were missing Varane today, obviously in the middle. Thankfully, we never sold Maguire. I mean, if we had sold Maguire, we would have had nobody on the bench except Johnny Evans.
Right.
I wonder why he took off Lindelof. Is it because he had a yellow card or something like that?
I believe so, yeah. I don't think he was injured. I think he was getting leggy. And then I just think he thought that if they're still pressing and they're still moving forward, that we needed some fresh legs. And it was great that he put in the two defensive men that he put in, but it just wasn't enough because they're both slower. Johnny Evans is getting old, which there's nothing wrong with that. Maguire is Maguire, and it's just.
And you could honestly think that last chance, that last goal, Varane or Martinez would have been out to actually throw a leg in front of that shot.
Right. Shaw's not going to be back till December. Varane's not going to be back till November, so we have some figuring out to do for the defensive structure.
Maybe if we give Dalot a few more games, he may be more comfortable. He looks uncomfortable in that position.
Right. I think he's better on the right. Obviously, he's a right-footed right back winger. I think he'll be better once Reguilon is actually on our team to play, which is the next match against Brighton. I'm sure he'll be on the squad. That way, either Wan-Bissaka or Dalot will play on the right, and whoever is will
I don't like taking Wan-Bissaka away from where he is.
Right, he's
Wan-Bissaka
brilliant
was
today.
probably the best player on the field today.
Great today. His tackles were on point. He held up everybody on the pitch that was coming towards him. He stopped the ball. He was everywhere. He was crossing. He was actually.
Honestly,
I was impressed.
If he gets injured, we are in big trouble.
We are, and we just got to fight for the next one. We got an international break.
What we
That's
need
gonna
is
put
probably
us
a
off.
run of a few games at home that would be somewhat easy, so the team can get comfortable, know exactly what they're doing. This was I was really fearful coming into this game. I mean, this was a huge challenge, even with a full team. As it is, we did it with half a team, and we played very well
They
today.
showed their heart.
I mean,
and
we
they
were
wanted to win.
we were a few inches away from actually winning this game. If we had scored that goal and then parked the bus, we would have been fine in that game. I do believe that we had gotten that Garnacho goal, that we would have come out as the winners of that game. But again, great day today at O'Brien's. Supporters were absolutely fantastic, and there was so much excitement today. Despite the loss, this was a wonderful game to watch. Really, really exciting.
Again, thank you for watching. This is 1878 Casuals here with Willie, the owner of O'Brien's. If you guys are in Los Angeles, come down to O'Brien's and we'll show you a good time. Thank you.
Glazers out.
Blazers out. Always. Blazers out.
Yes, really.
Guys, they're staying now.
No, that's
No, they're not. They're going in.
2025.
That's negotiation tactics.
It's another report.
Yeah, I'm from the Daily Mail.